Hi guys, how are you doing? 7 weeks in lockdown, how is it? We're doing all right. We're mostly having good days. We've had a couple of days, not bad, just a bit low, and I think that's quite normal. So I'm not too worried. For the most part, we're doing really well, but I know that a lot of people are struggling. So this is me reaching out to you, saying, if there's anything that you're really struggling with, please drop me a message or comment under the video and I'll do a video for you. The reason that I decided to start doing the video now and not right at the beginning is because I've been watching the steady decline of people's self-esteem over the last 7 weeks, and if I was looking on Facebook and it's just constant negativity, but it's not to each other, it's to yourselves. And you're like, oh, I'm going to come out of this fat and I'm going to come out of this alcoholic and all that stuff. And while that is quite possible, quite all right, it's fine if you do, just make sure that you have polos in your car. No, it's not, don't come out an alcoholic. But one thing I have seen is there's a post on Facebook and it's aimed at women, and it says, I'm not the most beautiful woman in the world, but I'm me. I eat sometimes too much, and it's very negative. And then at the end it says, so if you're proud of yourself, post a picture or something like that. And I was reading it, and I've like loads of women that I know have posted this, and I'm like, surely you can all see that is you going, I'm really shit, I'm all these things, but it's who I am, so I'm not going to change. And I've seen red, and now I've decided I need to put it right. I mean, this is why I've decided to make the video. There's other things that I'm going to mention in a minute, but first of all, don't ever, ever, ever say you are not the most beautiful person in the world, because you are to someone. And that doesn't matter who, but somebody thinks you are the most beautiful person in the world. It could be your mum, it could be your partner, it should be your partner. If your partner doesn't think you're the most beautiful person in the world, then they don't deserve you. Your children will always think you're beautiful, and that's all. Those are the people you have to impress. No one else. No one else. So this is me to you. Please don't start anything by being negative. If you say you're not something, or you can't do something, or you do too much of something, or anything like that, if you go at a negative position, that's setting your mind up to be negative. If you say you can't ride a bike, you probably won't ever ride a bike. If you say you can't sing, you probably won't ever be able to sing. And we teach children that there's no such thing as can't. We say you can't yet, and practice makes better, and all that sort of thing. So why can't we do that as adults? So yes, I'm not a very good baker at the minute, but I've made about 4 cakes in my life. I've eaten a lot more, but I've made about 4 cakes in my life. If I practiced, I would be a much better baker. I'm a musician. I'm an average musician, but I'm a musician. I want to be a better than average musician. So what do? I practice. It's the same with confidence. Confidence doesn't just happen. I've noticed a lot of people saying, because my friend Ellie, she's a wonderful person. She's the reason I am who I am today. And she started selling, because she's a burlesque performer and promoter, and produces her own shows, which I host. And obviously with lockdown, she's not had any work, so she started selling Ann Summers, and I think she's doing quite well from it. She's working really hard, and she's got this group, and we're all in it, and she shows what she's selling, what offers she's got on, and I know you probably all know how that works, but anyway, so we're looking through it, and I've seen a few comments of oh, that's all right if you're size 8 and skinny and an 18-year-old, or I wish I had the confidence to do what you do, or I wish I liked myself as much as you do. And I've tried to tackle each one of those comments on its own, and then I thought, but you know what, a lot of people feel that way, and they don't need to, they shouldn't. So I thought, if I can help one person with this video, and make you look at yourself in a positive light and a positive way, and make you feel just a little bit better about who you are, then I'm happy to have done it. And the fact that I've had to do it 14 times now because I keep forgetting to press record, so I keep looking at my watch, that's fine. So first of all, I'm going to put things into perspective for you. So Tom Hardy. I know a lot of women bloody love Tom Hardy. They fall over themselves for him. He keeps doing that CBeebies bedtime story thing. I don't get it. I really don't get it. He's not my type. It's nothing against him personally or anything. He's not my type. Do you think Tom Hardy cares that I don't think I want to sleep with him? Probably not. I'm going to say there's a very good chance that he doesn't care. He may well be relieved. Because he's basically drowning in Fanny anyway. But I'm a stranger. My opinion doesn't matter to him. And the people who do want him, their opinion doesn't really matter to him. It's nice to have that around and to absorb that positivity, but he doesn't need it, because if he can see to himself, I'm all right. That's all that matters. It's a very strange thing, confidence, because you can't wish for it and it just appear. You have to really work at it. And the day I decided to turn my life around and the way I looked at myself around was I did a burlesque show for Ellie. It was one that, it wasn't her own show. It was in a casino, and we were in this tiny little changing room which was actually the chair store. There were about 20 of us packed into this room. It was really close quarters. If somebody turned around, that arse was literally in your face and there was nothing you could do about it. And to look around that room and see all those women just looking stunning, drop dead gorgeous, every single one of them. And they ranged, I don't really want to talk about size, but they did. They went from petite, really petite ladies to, I hate this word, but plus size ladies. And every one of them I found to be stunning. And I thought, well, why am I looking at all these women? If I can see the beauty in them, why do I look at myself and pick myself apart so much? Why can't I treat myself with that same amount of kindness that I've just shown these relative strangers, who are not strangers now and are some of the best friends I will ever have? And that was the moment that things changed for me, because instead of hating what I'd become, I started to really embrace everything. So I used to be a runner. I used to run a lot, and I was very proud of my achievements when I was running. And I had the body that I'd always dreamed of having. I was a size 10, everything was tight and nice. But I look back at photos of me then, and that smile wasn't real. I wasn't happy. It wasn't contentment. There was sadness behind those eyes. I was lonely. And yeah, it wasn't great. And then I got injured. I did a charity run where I ran 100 miles over 10 days. And in that 100 miles, I damaged my knees. And then I couldn't run for quite some time. Carried on eating as if I was running. And gradually the weight went on. And then various hormonal issues and other things have meant that I just couldn't shift the weight. So now here I am. And for a long time I struggled with that, and sometimes I still do. Some days, and I'll be honest with you, some days I wake up and I think, oh, look at what you've done to yourself. But those are the days I work extra hard at loving myself. Not rude, naughty. So the way I started was, I'd look at photos of myself, and instead of comparing present me to size 10 runner me, I'd look at the things in that picture that I really liked about myself. I didn't love anything at that point. I liked my eyes. My eyes were I always thought they were nice, big, twinkly eyes. My hair, I've only really recently started having curly hair. It's naturally curly, but I've never really known what to do with it before. So I admire my hair. And then my lips, I've got nice full lips. That's from years of fluting. And in time, from being able to tolerate looking at myself, I then could enjoy the sight of myself. And then once I'd learnt to love my eyes and my hair and my lips and everything else, I'd start looking at my face as a whole and think it's a really pretty face, it's a friendly face, it's a nice face. It's my face, I love it. And then as time progressed, I started embracing my curves and the fact that when I walk I jiggle. I love my body, it's so entertaining. It's just everything just moves of its own accord. It's like a stress dummy. I love it. And as I say, some days I wish that I could pick up a size 10 outfit and just go out of the house, but then I wouldn't be me, and I am me. I can't do anything about it. And the thing is, you've got to love the things that you can't change, because if you can't change them, you've got to live with them forever. And so you need to learn to love them, because you owe yourself that. You owe yourself the love. I've got a hernia that makes my tummy look like a cone. But it's a quirk, isn't it? It's a quirk. It's good. And because of that outlook, and because of those attempts that I've made, I've stood in front of 400 people and took my top off and swung my bra around my head. I've made those people howl with laughter. Some of them cry, a few of them even actually wet themselves. I've got up on stage and said jokes that I've written myself, and people have laughed, and they've laughed and laughed and laughed, and it's an amazing feeling. And that's probably not what you want to do. You might not want to do that. You might want to do something else. You might want to sing. You might want to just talk to people. You might just want to have enough confidence to walk into a room full of people and not feel like every one of them is judging you. And if that is all you want, then you will achieve it. You just have to work at it. You have to work at it. And the most important thing you can do, and the first step you can make to that, is to fall in love with yourself. Thank you.